afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a reading for Lightworkers for the period of June 2021. I know June has already started, but I felt guided over the last few days in meditation to start doing readings for other Lightworkers that may just be waking up to the light and maybe just beginning to realize their soul's path or purpose in working with the light at this time. Very highly transformative time for us. We just had the lunar eclipse. We're coming upon a solar eclipse. There will be readings for that as well. So let's begin the reading by setting the intention with one card. Okay. So we are the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. So very fitting for the beginning of our series on Lightworker readings. So this suggests that, you really have come with a purpose, my friends. If you felt drawn to come to this reading here, then you have the gift of the light, and you have free will as well, my friends. So if, we always have a choice in whether or not we want to participate in any dynamic because we have free will. So we will start the reading with the understanding here that Spirit is guiding us towards love, deep love for humanity, the oneness, that we all are connected with each other through our experiences here on Earth. Now, let us begin the tarot cards, and I have other decks here for my Lightworkers watching. What is the most important message for Lightworkers right now to receive? Okay, we got the Five of Wands. So Five of Wands is a time where we are going to struggle. Okay, there is leveling up happening. Your attention is required at this time. It's time to focus on your spirituality. It's Wands. So Wands is the spirit. Wands is the soul fire, the initiation of your spirituality, represented by Aries, Leo, and Sag. But certainly, just to give you sort of a frame of reference for this kind of energy, it is the life force. It is masculine energy. It is drive. It is will. It's time to embrace your life fully when you see Wands. Now, the Five of Wands is a time where we will struggle. We have just completed the celebration of the inner level where we feel very rewarded by our efforts, that inner peace. Now, following that, we do level up. And to level up, we must evolve. And to evolve, we must face a challenge. So it appears this makes sense. I really have felt guided to start doing readings specifically for Lightworkers, as I have certainly felt the increase in energy and the transformative quality of that energy. And so this really makes sense. Now, what is challenging my Lightworkers in June? In this leveling up process, what is the challenge for the Lightworkers? Woo, that flew right over me. The challenge is here, the Hierophant. So the challenge for my Lightworkers right now is understanding the truth. Understanding the truth. So if you have been questioning, if you have been, really taking a second look at things that you thought were for sures, things that you thought, the sky's blue. Of course the sky's blue. And now you're like, is the sky blue? and you're starting to wonder about things that, perhaps all the people around you see and take for granted. And when you're not running on autopilot anymore, when you're starting to really tap into being mindful, these truths can really start to initially, in the initial phase, start to create a challenge because you are no longer able to continue the way you were before. You are no longer able to participate in dynamics that you were able to participate in before. The truth has changed you, my friends. The truth has changed you. Now, what is top of mind for my Lightworkers in June? What is top of mind for my Lightworkers throughout this leveling up and truth bombs everywhere, spiritual truths. Okay, we've got a few cards. What's on your mind? Of course, lots is on your mind. Okay, so here, what do we have? Okay, so top of mind for you right now, my light workers, is how to get things started, how to get them off the ground. So you could be looking at transitioning into a new way of providing for yourself that involves your awakening. So you could be looking into healing therapies. You could be looking into tapping into your intuition. Maybe you're interested in a certain area and you're focusing on it right now, but it's challenging you, and it's challenging you because you sort of keep looping around it still. It could be a challenge because of the truths that you're coming into. This whole experience is challenging, right? The solar eclipse coming up on June 10th is here to remind us that although we create our own realities, we are also subject to universal forces beyond our control. And so when I see the Two of Pentacles here in reverse, it's almost saying to me, you've got to let go. You've got to cut those cords, that red tape, in order to free yourself. And then we see the Empress. So the Empress, her energy is, one where we are really connecting to the earth, and we are creating and we are birthing something out of our intuition, out of our inspiration, out of our emotion. The Empress catches it all, and she is able to tap in and use that energy. So you're wondering how to tap into your own energy here so that you can face these challenges that are happening around you, perhaps with other people that are still treating you the way you were before you awakened, which happens all the time. Now, we also see the Six of Cups in reverse. So that tells me that top of mind for you right now is also a period where you're looking back and maybe feeling nostalgic, maybe feeling pulled towards an energy from the past. You're definitely reflecting, but you're reflecting with the idea that it's time to heal. It's a calm reflection. It's serene. It's about rebuilding, but there is the trap of nostalgia here. Sometimes when we go to the past, we forget that it's just for reference. It's not a place of residence. The past no longer exists. So we can go back and visit for reference and lessons and understanding on a deeper level. However, we cannot reside here. There is no residence for you in the past, my friends. Now, we see the Queen of Cups appear, which always says to me that top of mind for you when she appears in this position is the energy of your empathy. You are coming online with your psychic abilities, your empathic abilities, your intuitive abilities, and you have become a paradox. You might be withdrawing from others right now. You might need to be in solitude to process this, and others may see you as a paradox, and they could be reflecting this back to you with words or actions. And so you're processing all of this. You're processing how to begin a new cycle. You're processing how to tap into that manifestation, that strong sense of Mother Earth connection, right? That deep love, like we saw in the Hathar's card, that mother's milk, okay? The birth as a portal. You're really trying to tap into that as your new identity here because you feel it. You feel the leveling up. And there is a part of you that is looking at the past. Of course, whenever something dramatically shifts, we tend to look back to see, was there a clue? Can I understand this more by looking back? Yeah, so top of mind is making sense here. What is at the bottom line here for my light workers in June? What is causing this? What is the bottom line of all of this new energy for my light workers in June? Oh, card doesn't want to come out. I think we know, but what is the bottom line here, please? Thank you, Spirit. What is the bottom line? Thank you. The bottom line is the moon. Yeah, of course. It's something very unfamiliar. It's full of uncertainty, full of feelings of transformation, which can feel uncomfortable and unfamiliar. The unknown, my friends, right? It's like the lunar eclipse in May changed everything, right? You transformed, and now you're going to step into that in the lunar eclipse, or the solar, excuse me, which is coming up on June the 10th. And whether or not you're going to see it, if you live in a certain part of the world where it won't be visible to you, you're going to feel it, my friends. You're definitely going to feel it. And so now is a time in between where you need rest, you need nourishment, you need self-care, and be gentle with yourself as you go through your transformation. The solar eclipse is going to be with a new moon, and it is going to be a very, very transformative time for us here. Very deeply transformative, almost finishing the work of the lunar eclipse that we had in May. Now, what are the past influences for my light workers here that are part of this nostalgic feeling here? What's going on? The Chariot. Okay, so in the past, and this could be very recent past, there's choice. There is choice and free will in how you want to direct your life. And when we see the Chariot, card number 7 in the deck, 7s are all about choices, my friends. And so this could be that you came into a choice in the recent past, as recent as May, potentially. And now you're sort of trying to drive the Chariot with your intuition and surrendering and letting go of previous, sort of like we said, these things that you really believed in the past. It's almost like releasing yourself from self-limiting beliefs, releasing yourself from ideas that, you know, in order to be blank, I have to do blank. Like these formulas we have in our mind that are very strict about how to be and how to accomplish and how to live and prosper, and the rules and reality and logic. It's almost like I'm getting the feeling that you're letting all of that go, and that might have sort of been initiated in the past with a choice that you made. And maybe you don't even realize what that choice is. Maybe that's why you're looking in the past to try and figure it out. What are the future influences for my light workers in June? Thank you. Judgment in reverse. So in the future, what we're going to see is that everything is going to balance out, in the sense of you're going to have your day. You're going to have your day, but you're challenged. You're going to be challenged. This is a challenging scenario. Waking up as a light worker and ascending is not a walk in the park, right? There's lots. And you see the High Priestess in reverse. I'm going to take that on the bottom of the deck, followed by the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Swords, and then the Ace of Pentacles and the Tower. My goodness, my light workers. Yes, the future can be explained very well with all of these cards. There is going to be a major shift for you coming up, and it could be in June following the solar eclipse. Now, there's also summer solstice coming up in June as well. Very transformative month, you guys. So what I see here for you in the future is that it's sort of like you're going to get your just rewards, okay? You're gonna get the judgment, right? So you could be, but it's gonna challenge you. It's almost like you're not gonna understand it. You're not gonna understand it, and your intuition is gonna try and explain it to you, but we see the High Priestess in reverse, which means that that's gonna challenge you as well. Now, what's going to happen following that is the Wheel of Fortune. So something is going to shift big time, and it's going to lead to a brand new curiosity. This card is very much like the Fool card in the sense that you're going to see the truth behind things in a new way, very curious, almost childlike curiosity, but you're also going to encounter things that will change the way you view things forever. Like we said with this whole reading, is that, you know, you are going to encounter elements that are going to change how you view the world. Makes sense as you ascend. Now, following that, we see the Ace of Pentacles, which suggests a brand new identity for you, Lightworker. You could be stepping into your purpose as a Lightworker very strongly coming up in June. And that is going to change everything. Okay? That is going to change everything for you, Lightworker. You are going to have a new start, and you have to accept it. You don't have to accept the work, but you have to accept the shift. Okay, your life is going to shift in a new direction. Your pre-arrangements could be coming online. Those are arrangements we make in order to prepare for our journey here on Earth. And yours could be coming online. Your pre-arrangements could be activating. And, you know, the Wheel of Fortune is here. The Tower is here. We've got the Hierophant, the Chariot, the Empress, the Moon. My goodness, Lightworker. You are going to have a transformative month indeed, okay? Now, what is your inner dialogue throughout this transformative time is the Page of Cups in reverse. You're not sure. You're not sure if you're open to this new coming level of transformation. You're not sure. It's early still, and you might think you're losing it. You know, you might be in the early stages of your ascension where you're like, am I okay? Like, am I losing it completely here? Now, what does the outer world see when they look at you? What is your outer manifestation, my Lightworker, in June? We have two cards here. We have the Four of Wands in reverse and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Both suggest that the other parts of your life, the outer manifestation of you, looks like you're having inner struggle, and that other people may think that you're suffering. Okay, so whether or not you feel suffering and a lack of inner joy, that is how the outer world is experiencing you right now. And the first thing coming to my mind is that it could be because you're isolating. It could be that you're keeping to yourself, which is not your typical behavior, Lightworker, and you are sort of being seen as withdrawing. People may be wondering if you're happy on the inner side. They're wondering about a shift of fortune in your prosperity. People are seeing this change, but the outer manifestation of you is important to note, because these give us hints on what our correspondence to the universe is. So if the way the outer world experiences us is that we're in challenge, we're lacking inner joy, our sense of stability is rocked, that could be the fear and sort of anxiety that we have about this being corresponded outwardly to the universe as well as everyone else here on Earth. So we need to watch that, because you won't be able to manifest in this way. You won't manifest things that will serve you in this way. You will manifest experiences to challenge you further in this way. So what is the hopes and fears, the wishes and the worries for my Lightworker in June? Thank you. Three of Cups in reverse. So yeah, you're worrying about the relationships in your life and how they're going to be impacted by all of this. You're starting to wonder about the people that you held really close in your life and wondering if they are still serving you. Are these experiences and relationships serving this new you? And you don't know. And you're worried about it. You're worried that some of these people may leave your life. You're worried about boundaries. You know you need them, but you're concerned about setting them. You're concerned about setting boundaries right now. And you're going to need boundaries, especially because of what's coming in the future influences here. Now, what is the final outcome on this timeline for my Lightworkers in June? What is the final outcome on this timeline for my Lightworkers in June? Thank you. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, Okay, well, the Three of Pentacles means that you complete the initial phase. Okay, initial phase complete, but challenged. So you've completed the shell, you've completed the first few steps, you've got that initial structure built, and now it's like, it's such a life challenge. It's like that turning of the wheel it's like, I feel a level of resistance, and I feel guided to say, don't resist the change. Just go with it. Try and go with the flow as much as possible. Always trusting that any shifts that happen are for your higher good, right? They're always to serve your best, even if you can't see it yet, right? You might not be able to see it yet, but you will complete the first phase of your ascension, your leveling up, your awakening. You are working on it, and you will complete that first phase. Now, let's see. Ooh, big slide here. Sorry, I've got cards everywhere. Okay, now let's see, what are the words of guidance for my light workers in June as they ascend and transform and wake up? Okay, so we see opening to discovery. Okay, and we see a grand symphony. So what those two cards tell me is that the words of encouragement here for you are, please stay open to this whole new level of discovery of truth and the universe and your role in it, your role in the big plan, and a grand symphony, which suggests that not only is it going to be grand, but a symphony suggests that you will be working with other light workers. You will be together. You will create something new here, and it will be grand. Very beautiful messages of encouragement from Spirit for you. And now I'm just going to grab one more deck and get you another perspective on encouraging words. Okay, what other, that one wanted to flip right away. Healing chaos. This card keeps coming up in this deck. This card keeps coming up because I think that everyone drawn to my channel or drawn to these readings is going through this healing chaos. This card is very similar to the Tower card, which suggests that whatever is falling apart is chaotic, granted, and it's throwing things in question, like your relationships, the past, how to get things done in the current timeline, in the present. Lots of things up in the air, but it is all going to heal. It will all make sense. Any other words of encouragement for my light workers, please? How can we encourage my light workers down this path? Flow, trust, and action just fell out of the deck. Not by shuffle, but just dropped. So go with the flow, trust the process, and don't be afraid to take an action, right? Be guided. That flow card looks a lot like this moon card. So go with that flow, guys. Okay, awesome. Anything else? Those just fell out. Okay, one flipped over. Let's grab it. Abundance. Love it. Love it. So if you're worried about how you're going to live and what the picture is going to look like and will I have enough, if those questions are top of mind for you, just bear in mind you will have everything you require. Everything. You are worthy of all the riches and abundance that the universe has to offer. We all are. And it's your birthright, so claim it. And keep your head up, keep your chin up, keep positive. Keep that inner dialogue moving through in a trusting, healing, abundant way so that you can act and trust, right? Trust this opening of discovery. Trust that it is a grand plan. There is a grand symphony and you have a role in it, my friends. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me for this very first Lightworker reading for June 2021. I might do them weekly. We'll see. Leave me your comments below. Let me know how often you would like to see these readings. Okay, my friends, take care. Lots of love and light.